Okay, so after the big night of action, Tim Drake wakes up. Barbara Gordon's there. She says he slept for 2 days, and he's like, "What? No!" And he just goes, "I need to start talking to people." And he says, "Who?" People who've devoted their lives to helping others, helping outside the system. People I love, meaning the Titans, experts, going to Lucius Fox, I would assume because of money. Obviously, something of this scale is going to take time, and we'll need to employ the right people, but the money is yours, and I'll start putting everything in motion. Okay, he should have said that to Batman before he stole his money. And then a friend, and Superman says, "What brings you to Metropolis?" And Nightwing says, "I have an idea. You gave me my name, Nightwing, and you've given me some of the best advice I've received in my life. I thought you might have a unique perspective." And Superman says, "Being an alien, I think is stupid. Superman should never think of himself as an alien." Something that the modern freaking day writers, I swear to God. So anyway, Nightwing says, "Being one of the most human people I know." So Superman says, "Have you spoken to Bruce?" Nightwing, "No, I'm worried he'll talk me out of it or talk me into something else. He's persuasive and judgmental and often infuriatingly right." Superman replies, "Yes, but he believes in you beyond a shadow of a doubt. Honestly, we all do. And he respects you. Call him." And Nightwing says, "Can I just text? He'll probably appreciate the non-personal touch." They both laugh at that. And Superman says, "For a man who's fearlessly stood up to Darkseid, Bruce will do a lot to avoid a conversation." And Nightwing then gets to the point. "Alfred left me a lot. But I don't think there's anything heroic about being a billionaire." Okay. I see where this is going, Tom, and you're an idiot, okay? "I'm sorry about Alfred. I looked up to him greatly." And Nightwing said, "Superman looked up to Alfred Pennyworth." And he replies, "Of course. The world would have been lost without the heroes he raised, without his generosity, his love, his support. You're a lot like him, no?" And Nightwing thanks him. And Superman goes, "Okay, tell me your idea." And we kind of just flip past the idea because, oh, it's a doozy, and he does a reveal. "That's quite an idea." "Yeah, the thing is I'm worried it's too small." "It's not small, it's focused." No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It isn't. So Superman says, "Dick, I've always believed in leading by example, and the example you're setting will inspire others. You're talking about lifting people." And no, he's not. He truly is not talking about lifting people. And if you're successful, the rest of the country, the rest of the world could see what's possible. Oh my God, you guys are gonna freaking lose your nut. Seriously, not in a good way. I mean, like your noggin nut, not that nut. You already know all this. You don't need my input. You've thought it all through. "I'm supposed to bring dinner home, but can I ask a favor?" Nightwing says, "Of course. I might have to go away for a while. A lot will fall to my son John. It would mean a lot if you could give him some guidance and friendship." Of course, if you think I can help," Nightwing says. "Honestly, I couldn't think of a better role model. Thank you, Dick." Okay. Dick Grayson sets up a press conference, and he's worried about it. "I guess they know I'm suddenly the richest man in Bloodhaven." And Barbara said it's almost as if somebody tipped him off. Nightwing saying it would be a lot easier in a mask. And Barbara says, "I know, but it's time for Dick Grayson to be a hero." Okay, so I've said one of the things I hate about the internet are the "well, actually" people. "Well, actually, Superman is an alien, and so he's an illegal alien because he's..." No. So anyway, Barbara says, "We've talked this through for days. You know what you're doing. Do you know what you're going to name it yet?" And he says, "Yeah, I do." That's the big reveal. They talk a little bit. She gives him a kiss and says, "Go get him, Boy Wonder." So he steps out and he says, "My name is Dick Grayson, and I've just become a billionaire. But I don't believe any one person should have so much when many have so little. If you've earned it, you've earned it." Bruce Wayne frickin' earned it. The Wayne family earned it. And what gets me is this whole thing is a rip on the entire way they've been handling Batman. Has been a rip. It's been the "well, actually" people. "Well, actually, Bruce Wayne would do more good if he put his money in this and this and this and this and this." Wayne Foundation, ladies and gentlemen, it's out there. Tom Taylor obviously doesn't freaking know about this. All you got to do is read a comic book, and you know this. How are you missing this? And they tell us because we question these things, because we've read the comics since 1974, that they tell us we don't know what we're talking about. When we're the ones that have read every god dang thing that's come out between here and there. Obviously, you can't. They got a gajillion Batman stories since 1989. Okay, so he says, so I'm giving it away, dumbass. I've decided to use it to establish one of the world's largest self-sustaining, purely philanthropic foundations. Okay, if it's self-sustaining, that means you're bringing in money. More to the point, you're bringing in more money than you're giving away because ultimately you're going to have to do R&D so you can stay ahead of the curve, or at least at the same pace. Otherwise, you're going to be obsolete in about 5 freaking seconds, and you're going to be broke in 2 days. Just listen to some of these other things he's going to do. And while there will be some programs helping in targeted areas elsewhere in the world, the bulk of this wealth will go directly into Bloodhaven. To begin, our foundation aims to work with the city to ensure no one is living on the streets by this time next month. If you're talking about a housing complex or something that's going to be permanent, paid rent and all that kind of stuff, you're going to go broke because you will be responsible for the repairs. You will be responsible for the upkeep, the whole 9 yards, but you will have no money coming in. The taxes. Mr. Grayson, a lot of those people have problems beyond homelessness. That's right. One of the things, even Donald Trump brought this up, by the way, we stopped dealing with mental problems the way we should. We stopped actually having and putting people into hospitals that need that kind of care. He says, so I start there, and I actually do like this because it's getting colder. Yeah, that sounds great. For the people who truly need to get off the streets, it would be nice for them to have somewhere warm to stay. Now, of course, he's assuming that there aren't any, or at least they're not up to snuff. He says, but that's just the first phase. I've seen money used for enforcement. I've seen the poorest and the most vulnerable blamed and punished rather than assisted. Well, what are they being blamed for? What are they being punished for? Now, think about that for a sec. Because he says enforcement. Are you talking about police? I mean, Dick Grayson, his Nightwing, is all about enforcement. So he doesn't, apparently, he doesn't really mind the enforcement part. He just minds who's being enforced, right? He says, I want to try something different. I want to help. Dude, you've been helping. Desperate people do desperate things, and powerful people have preyed on those less fortunate and profited from them in this city. We aim to make those people obsolete. Okay, so he's talking about, and this is a bit of an insert, this is after I was recording, but he is talking about criminals right here, by the way. He is not understanding that when people are punished, when people are put in prison, that's to service and take care of those of us who do not commit crimes. He's saying, well, people are not being taken care of. Yeah, they are, by removing those who do commit crimes. And then he says right here, he goes on to say people are desperate. They are desperate, therefore they do things. He's talking about committing crimes. That's wrong. I'm sorry, but being poor doesn't mean you go out and commit crimes. Those are not the normal people. They're the outliers. And I'm sorry, they have proven that they cannot play in the sandbox and have to be removed. And he says, too many good people have fallen in Bloodhaven. It's time we caught them. Today we begin working on public and affordable housing. Access, now he says affordable, which means yes, money will be coming in. So it's not all self-sustaining, blah, 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 blah. They're planning on making a profit. Prisoner rehabilitation, yeah, that's never been thought of. Good job, you dick. Public transport, free renewable energy. You're broke tomorrow. Healthcare, yep, you're broke tomorrow. And a guaranteed living wage. So me again, while I was reading and listening and editing and all that, I kind of thought of something else. So basically, by a guaranteed living wage, does that mean that Nightwing's foundation is going to force businesses to pay a certain amount of money? Tom Taylor, you ass. I shouldn't say Nightwing anymore. You know this is Tom Taylor. This is not Nightwing talking, because Nightwing is a person who's lived with money. Nightwing is a person who's lived in the house that has the Wayne Foundation. He's watched Bruce Wayne deal with this. This thing where you think that Bruce Wayne hasn't done this. He has, Tom. You're just freaking ignorant. Holy crap. Why do they let these people write modern comics? So you see people watching. I guess that's his girlfriend, I believe. Today we begin a program aimed at completely ending poverty in this city. And she's like, oh, I like him. Today I announced the Alfred Pennyworth Foundation. And it shows him texting, nice work before you give it all away. Don't forget you owe me $20, says Jason. Not that that's competition, but you went, no, Damon would definitely not see this as smart. Damien would see the problem. He would see the flaws in humanity and how they're going to act and react with this. Also, none of these people know about the Wayne Foundation. Holy stocky mushrooms. Tim Taylor made the entire Bat family stupid. Okay, so he gets a thing here, and it's, hey, you don't usually call, and it's Batman. He says, I know, I'm sorry, but you dick, you honored him today. How about, let me rewrite this for you, Tom. Let me correct this. Yeah, you're going to be broke tomorrow. There's a reason why we actually help people to help themselves rather than pay them to stay home. And why we actually have an R&D department. I know I get a lot of the stuff, but we do make a profit in our foundation so we can help make better drugs. We can help build better housing. We can help people do more than just, here's $1, go buy yourself a freaking hamburger and the dollar menu at Wendy's. That's the freaking dialogue here, because Batman knows about money. So he looks at Alfred's picture and he says thank you, and they turn off. Alrighty, gang, there you go. That's the whole kit and caboodle. It's kind of weird that we've been doing this for 6 years. We actually made progress for a while, and then everybody lost the plot, infighting and all that kind of stuff. But I want to know what you think about this. Let me know in the comments below. Of course, the algorithm stuff, the liking, the sharing, the whole 9 yards as far as that. Comment! Just say anything. And if you don't mind helping out the channel financially, we got Ko-Fi, we got Patreon, links in the description below. And thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.